That's my Godzilla roar. Hi, I'm huge movie fanatic Nate coming at you with yet another Godzilla movie review. I'm coming at you today with a review for Invasion of Astro-Monster. Which doesn't sound too sci-fi dorky, does it? But that's what you love about these Japanese kaiju movies. Just the absurdistness about the movie, about the titles, and the movie. This one again, just like so many of the previous ones, own on a classic media DVD that came out in 2007-ish, somewhere around there, that features the original Japanese version in addition to the English, or the American version, and of course I only watched the Japanese, so I'm reviewing the Japanese version of Invasion of Astro-Monster, and this one it's probably one of my favorites up until this point of the first couple of movies, Godzilla Raids Again, this might be my favorite up until this point, after Godzilla Raids Again, It's really got a cool, straightforward, continuing momentum, and it's kind of cool. It starts off with this goofy, they have this like Nick Adams, this American guy. I don't know why the hell they started doing this. Maybe they started doing it because they started realizing there was a big market, or for Godzilla movies in America. They were being dubbed and shown over here, so maybe they thought, well, let's put an American as a lead. It's just weird to me. I just assume they not do it, and it's just like, whatever. So Nick Adams is this Caucasian blonde American goofy ass looking 50s guy, and it's just like, I would prefer it to just be all Japanese people, but whatever. You got this Nick Adams and this other astronaut guy. They're flying to Planet X, and I can't even remember why they're flying to Planet X. I don't know if they're intending to, go to Planet X, whatever. They end up at Planet X, and the whole Planet X thing is kind of cool. It's kind of short-lived in the movie. It doesn't last very long, but when it's there, it's kind of cool. First of all, this movie's got an overall really cool sci-fi feel, and just the spaceships and the spaceship that they take there, and then they land, and then they have this cool elevator thing. The door comes out and it becomes the elevator, and it goes down the ship that they take. The rocket they take to Planet X, so that's cool. They do a little exploring before it's like, it's like lightning, and it's like, what's that? And he's like, some cool production design of Planet X. It's like a rock kind of moon-like just terrain, and these little things, this little thing pops up where it's like, an elevator that pops up, and they get in there, and it's like they go down, underground, and they encounter the Planet Xians. I should do this before I forget it. I don't know if that's exactly it. That's a Planet Xian sign, some kind of sign. What the? So they go down and they meet the Planet Xians, and basically they do this cool thing where this movie is really cool about it's like deception. Like the Planet Xian, spoiler alert, are basically deceptive. They put on this show for, I can't remember why they go to Planet X in the first place, but whatever. Once they're there, they put on this show where they actually were King Ghidorah. And first of all, this monster they refer to on Planet X is called Monster Zero, and they talk about this monster being the reason why they used to live on the surface, but because of because of Monster Zero, they had to go underground and live there like a bunch of scared rats or whatever. I don't think they say that, but that's what I say. So you're kind of intriguing. It's like, well, I think this movie in America is actually called Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, and Invasion of Astro-Monster is the Japanese title. So it's kind of intriguing. It's like, who's Monster Zero? And all of a sudden, Ghidorah appears. It's like to wreak havoc on the surface of Planet X, and you're like, and so are the characters. They're like, well, that's Ghidorah, and it's like, yes, on Earth, this monster is known as Ghidorah. But on Planet X, it is known as Monster Zero. Which is kind of cool. It's a cool cool name. It's just like we number things on Planet X. I think is how it went. And this is Monster Zero. We would like to borrow Monsters 1 and 2, which is Godzilla and Rodan, from your Earth to defeat Monster Zero, which is kind of cool. So basically, this whole movie is about deception, which is kind of cool because it's realistic in that aspect about just this is how governments and stuff operate, and in this case, interstellar beings. So the Planet Xians, they want to trade. They want to trade the cure for cancer to borrow. I don't know if it's to borrow or probably just to borrow Godzilla and Rodan, which is to them Monsters 1 and 2, I think, to defeat Ghidorah, which is, of course, they call Monster Zero. Now, I can't remember if they want to just take, they control Ghidorah, so that whole nonsense when the Earthlings got there, that whole nonsense about Ghidorah destroying, zapping the surface of the planet was just show, which is cool again, because like I say, this is what governments all over, throughout history do, which is to just present this thing and as a bunch of bullshit for a reason to do whatever. So that's kind of cool. So I respect this movie for doing this deceptive plot. So they control Ghidorah, and they want to, I can't remember why they want Rodan and Godzilla, if it's probably because Rodan and Godzilla protect the humans, so they probably want to take them off the Earth so they can enslave the humans, I think is basically how it goes. I don't know if there's any other reason, like if they want to take resources or not, I don't know. And then you have this other character, this nerd guy who will show up, I think probably in the next, he shows up in the next Godzilla movie. This nerd guy with glasses who is an wannabe inventor, who invents this noise machine, which this one woman wants to buy, and unbeknownst to him, this woman's an alien or in league with the alien. No, I don't know. She's either an alien or in league with the aliens. And also the girlfriend of Nick Adams. This is so confusing. This is how intriguing and interesting the plot is. So the reason she wants to buy this, this guy can never sell any inventions, and this noisemaker is stupid. But the reason she wants to buy this is because this noisemaker defeats the aliens. It's the only thing. Well, I don't know what only thing, but one of the things the aliens can't stand, this noise, this machine, this little device makes. So they buy it so they can not be defeated by his little noisemaker. It's so stupid. So I'm going to give this movie 2 3/4 stars, 2 3/4 stars. It's one of the most interesting ones for me. Like I say, post Godzilla raids again. I think it's one of the most competent. For me, it's always something interesting happening, and the plot of the deceptive Planet Xians to me is so intriguing, and there's so many cool ideas and stuff, like the UFOs that have been hiding in the lake, the whole time, but and how they transport Rodan and Godzilla all curled up in their fetal positions in these little force fields that'll transport them off the planet through space to Planet X to supposedly fight, King Ghidorah, but I think I should say Ghidorah. I don't know if he's called, I can't remember when he starts being called King Ghidorah, whatever. Then they just leave him there so they can make Ghidorah go there and destroy the planet and stuff. So it's, like I say, it's a really good idea and one of the better plots that you'll find in one of these early Godzilla movies, as far as I'm concerned. So why don't we leave it there for Invasion of Astro-Monster, or I think as it's called in America, Godzilla versus Monster Zero. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, ho! Sayonara.